where I'm at in life right now is like so perfect. It's kind of sad with the mindset that I'm currently in right now, because I have every opportunity to make something out of myself, and yet I don't have the drive to do it. I could be as great as I want to, as long as I put in the work. That's all I gotta do right now, is just put in the work. But I don't even have the desire, which is creating the biggest problem for me. It's kind of really impacting me making content, because again, I'm not really like pursuing it. I'm just pursuing it for the money, you know what I mean? There's a part of me that still wants it, but it's definitely not the same. So I can't even afford to be in a position where I'm just allowing myself to just slowly give up on making content. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for tomorrow. Have no plan, absolutely no desire. Most importantly, so it's like it doesn't even matter. Like I don't want to do anything. I stopped caring what people think. In result, it turned into me actually losing the desire to like continue to do what I've always done, and that's make content, whether it be videos, music, whatever I inspired to be. I just lost the desire for that. I lost the purpose for it, really. What am I doing it for? Now it's really just about the money.
Hey everybody, so before we begin, I just want to let you guys know that I don't think I can cover the motel story. It's unfortunate, but it seems like YouTube doesn't really like the shocking content all that much. I'm actually not quite sure why it was considered shocking content, but hey, that's the algorithm for you. So I'm gonna play it safe for a while and see what is and isn't allowed on the platform. In this video, we're going to be a little bit more positive. It seems like Jumanne has been going through it. Well, he's always going through it. But lately, he hasn't had the motivation to make content like he typically does. Now, I will say that his content isn't very labor intensive, and it's pretty much his day-to-day on camera. But I will sympathize with his lack of desire to keep doing it day in and day out.
As time goes by, if I don't supply the demand for content, eventually, my time will pass. I could do it. It's just, I just don't want to do it at this point. And that sounds crazy. That is crazy. I'm not trying to make excuses at all, but I do feel like so much time has passed and I dwelled within my losses, within my failures, that I think that kind of really contributed to where I'm at now mentally. This ain't just for videos. I kind of just ain't doing much of anything, but a lot of that is due to the fact of not being inspired. I'm kind of just speaking on that. Just like, damn, like, people really think I'm lazy, bro. I'm not. I'm really not. Just don't care anymore.
For those of you unfamiliar with our main character, Jumanne Cleary is a 31-year-old gambling addict and an ex-clout chaser who's recently decided to move to Las Vegas in order to improve his YouTube content. He was initially homeless but has since found housing at Budget Suites. Jumanne's numbers on YouTube have improved significantly, and he's recently disclosed to his audience that he will be making nearly $5,000 this month.
Currently on YouTube, I have $4,700. And the month isn't even over for September, and this is the most money I've ever made on YouTube, and it's gonna take me out of debt. With that being said, I feel real good about it. Coming to Las Vegas, I came literally with a couple $100s left on my credit cards, and anticipating being homeless. Like the amount of money that I'm making right now, that's just due to, or this month is due to the fact that like me coming to Vegas was such a big move. It increased so much engagement that a lot of people were just watching my content.
I have to say this is pretty impressive, as uploading a couple times a week can be tedious for the average creator. Yet this man posts multiple videos a day on 2 channels.
But I'm just kind of providing regular content where it's just like regular day to day, and the amount of views I'm getting is not as much. And I kind of reached that peak of me being in Vegas and homeless, and now it's like I gotta find something to kind of keep the attention of the people that are consistently watching me now. So, you know, I think I'll be able to average hopefully between $3,000 to $5,000. No, not $3,000 to $4,000 as long as I'm uploading every day, every month.
Now, a big issue with Jumanne's content right now is that he turned off comments, and we all know when you turn off comments, your engagement is gonna suffer. Being a content creator means you're just gonna have to deal with negative comments. It happens to us all. Trolls are a part of the game, and you gotta be willing to play it all the way through. He did at one point switch them back on when he linked up with Canel Joseph. He said they networked, but I didn't really see any other content featuring the two of them. If you guys know where the content they made together is, please let me know in the comments below.
Look now. Fucking down, bro. Shit, it's just fun, man. How down?
Yo, shout out to Canel, man. Bro, show mad love, give me $1,000 and the networking with content.
Listen to shit. Alright, bro.
Linking up with Canel seems to have been a good thing for Jumanne, because a guy like Canel understands the struggle with trying to make it on the internet with content creation, so I'm sure the exchange was extremely beneficial to our guy Jumanne.
Just came back from the casino recording content with Canel. You know what I mean? Bro gave me $1,000. You know, I really shout out to Canel, man. I appreciate him giving me the opportunity to network with him. Never mind the fact that he gave me money. That's, you know, that's another thing. But like, you know, the fact that, you know, like, again, like just him willing to network with me, that's good for me trying to come up. And then, you know, he was really like a humble, cool dude. But like, you know, he definitely wanted to give me a platform to kind of, you know, tell my story. Literally, like, you know, documentary kind of content where, you know, my voice could be heard on a bigger platform, because a lot of times people only know me for whatever clips that they see. But I definitely have a high respect for Canel, you know, and I can't, you know what I'm saying, me and him do a part 2. Just I kind of want to get to know him more as a person too, you know, outside of the content, you know what I'm saying, just because like I really respect people that, you know, that show love, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm always thanking my supporters, because, you know, yous are all I have. And, you know, being a content creator, it's kind of like you need a network too. You know, you can only get so far by yourself. And throughout all of the years of me doing it by myself, it kind of dragged me to the point where I stopped believing in myself, and I stopped believing in making content where it's like, you know, I became content simply because of the fact that, you know, I just felt like I'm not gonna make it. I'm only gonna get so far. And you know, Canel kind of helped me, just like, yo, like I just gotta keep pushing. I gotta keep working. You know what I mean? You know, he has his own story of, you know, sleeping in his car, working at Walmart, making content, and then him getting to where he's at now. That could be me, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta keep pushing.
I can sympathize with the lack of drive he's currently experiencing, as I too have had challenges in creating myself. I started my first channel in 2017 as a young kid, and as you can see, the quality is quite subpar. I can vividly remember trying to draw these terrible things with a mouse and my cheap little laptop, no drawing tablet, no high-end PC, and a $50 mic that my mom got for me. I definitely was in love with creating, but regardless, I was passionate about it until I wasn't. My channel wasn't receiving much in terms of views or engagement, other than friends and family, of course, but as a result, my drive simply began to disappear with each upload. Being the older me now, I can clearly see the flaws in that line of thinking. Again, hard work and dedication can lead to success over time, so I commend Jumanne for his consistency, and I don't blame him for how he feels. However, our main character has an issue with taking real accountability for the predicaments he finds himself in.
Fortunate, I got every opportunity to make something out of myself. I came to Las Vegas, you know, hoping that I am doing better. It's just, I'm not doing better, you know. Getting by, I did apply for a few jobs. I'm honestly hoping that I don't get any of them. This is sad. It's real unfortunate that I've allowed myself to get to the point where, you know, I made the choices that I made, but you know, I've had a lot of time to reflect on it. As embarrassing and unfortunate it is for myself, like it is what it is. Like every year I'm starting to accept it a lot more. I understand who I am as a person, who I become, and my circumstances that led into everything. A lot of it is, social, the way how people feel about me, but I already know how people feel about me by now. I mean, I don't know how people feel about me, but I know how they don't feel about me. So I know they don't feel positive about me. And I'm a very unstable person, so I can't expect them to. I say a lot of the things that I say, a lot of the things I've done and do are, I can't expect people to think positive.
Now, when you post this amount of information online, you have no room to complain about the criticism. Now, hating and criticism are completely different things to me, and I wouldn't classify myself as a hater. I don't want Jumanne to fail, but I also can't help but scratch my head anytime he does something insanely moronic. Again, I've never been in Jumanne's comment section spewing hate or criticism, nor do I approve of anyone doing so based on my videos. But human nature dictates that you will be criticized at one point or another for the things you say or do online. But criticism can be quite helpful, and I read all the comments and take valid criticism into consideration anytime I make a video.
The trolls are there, the criticism's gonna be there, you're gonna make mistakes, and people are gonna misunderstand your motives. Oh well.
Jumanne sees criticism as genuine hate and can't fathom someone having a contradictory viewpoint on the stuff he puts online for all of us to see. It's either you give him only positive responses or you're a hater.
Very, very obvious that people are only engaging with with criticism. If they're not able to criticize me, they're not engaging with my content. It's clear what you are here for. You're not really here to watch my content. You're not really here to watch me do better. You don't want me to do better. In fact, why would you want me to do better? That defeats the purpose on why you're watching me. And I'm generalizing my main audience. I'm not talking to my unconditional supporters. I'm talking to a lot of people there's people that do want to see me be better and progress, but that's not the majority. That's a minority of people. You people have so much to say about me in the comments, but you're only there to say something negative. Like, even if I was doing good, you really wouldn't care. Like, the engagement wouldn't be there.
While making this video, I've come to learn that our protagonist has finally turned on comments on all his videos. It looks like Canel's one-on-one with him seems to have been the catalyst. Unfortunately, Jumanne is still gambling, and I guess it is technically his content, but it's an insanely self-destructive cycle. Gamble the money, lose all the money, asks for donations to get by while he works for more money, and then gambles it all away again. There really isn't much else going on in Jumanne's world at the moment, so I'll be keeping an eye on him until something interesting inevitably happens.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Shut up, bro. Shut up. You don't care if I want to work or not. You don't care if I'm working or not. People just, oh, I'm a bum for not working. No, you're a hater because I don't have to work. You're a hater because people support me whether I work or I don't work. I work 60 hours a week just to go to the casino for an hour and lose that 60 hours that I spent was a waste of time, and I would lose that 60 hours within an hour at the casino, and I did it for years. I did it for years, bro. So it's like, no, I don't want to work.
But let's just hope our main character can get over this mental hurdle and get back to a better and healthier mindset. Hey guys, if you made it to the end of the video, you should help me out and hit that like button. I'm currently working on several other locales and I'm not sure what direction to go in at the moment. If you have a specific subject for me to look into, please do let me know in the comments below. Somehow I've gotten over 200 subs and 15,000 channel views in only about a month of uploading and starting this channel. I couldn't be more grateful for all of you that subscribe and support the channel. I really do read all the comments, so please feel free to share your thoughts or criticism down below. Well, that's all I have for you today. Hope today treats you well and have a good one.